The biggest lie in tech right now is that AI is going to replace all programmers and coding is dead. Not only is that completely wrong, but we're actually on the verge of the biggest coding boom in human history. But not for the reason that you think it is. In fact, there's a huge shift happening right now that's creating more opportunities for coders and people new to software than we've seen in over 2 decades. In this video, I'll show you why AI is actually creating more coding opportunities than ever before, the shocking data that proves we're just getting started, and what to do to make the most of this new vibe coding boom. Before we dig into the main reason why vibe coding is going to have an astronomical change on business, we have to talk about how we got to this moment. Vibe coding tools for beginners like Bolt.New and Lovable are scaling like crazy because people like you and me who don't want to learn 17 different coding languages are using them to create one-person businesses. I, for example, am building and marketing my own AI tool that I built with Bolt.New without writing a line of code. More about that later. You see, these tools allow you to use AI to execute on your ideas. AI writes the code and you guide it in the direction of where you want it to go. It really isn't that hard. And remember, this is the hardest it ever will be. It's only just going to get easier and easier. The people who are using it now are the early adopters, the dabblers, the tech enthusiasts. The 3 companies that are really winning right now are Replit, Bolt.New and Lovable. These are the 3 tools that have really caught fire and have communities around them that love their products. And they are making millions and millions of dollars. Now, it's important to say that many developers don't believe in these tools as they say they are not production ready, as in these apps that people are building, they're just not ready to send out to the world. The thing that they don't really get is that not every website or application needs to be production ready from day one. I mean, sure, you do need to follow basic security protocols so you don't leak customer information, but we now live in a world where anyone can vibe code a web app in minutes. This means that competition is going to be fierce for simple apps and websites. But it's actually quite hard to get your first customers when you first start, so you don't actually need an over-engineered app until you get started and get lots of customers and traction. So let the newbies start and they will be dying for a developer to hire down the line to help them if they succeed. Okay, so we know that there are a ton of early adopters building things, but that's only one part of the equation. The next part is going to get really interesting. And the next part is what could be called personalized software for business. Over the past few years, every employee has noticed that ChatGPT can save them a huge amount of time writing emails, summarizing long texts, or just simply for researching things. But imagine if every employee could also vibe code up a solution to some of their work tasks. And this is what I mean by personalized business software. So obviously there are some work tasks that can be served by a software company like Salesforce, but there are also a million tasks that, wouldn't make financial sense for a company like that. Let me give you an example. Imagine a busy restaurant that runs out of bread and has software to order bread delivery from the local bakery with a click of a button. Or a personal trainer who has a tool that automatically adjusts their client's training program when they miss a session. So if your company really is AI first, you have employees solving their own problems with their own software. One thing I'm not sure how this will go down is if companies bring in AI and automation experts to help their staff with everything, or if companies will pay for AI training to upskill their employees. Well, we'll see about that. And this shift is already happening. So for example, one of Lovable's customers is Cognizant, whose goal it is to give all 340,000 staff members Lovable to help them with their work. And Bolt.New is taking on clients that pay $500,000 a year, so I'm guessing they're giving Bolt.New to all of their staff to use. Think how big this is going to be. Every employee speaking in plain English to generate tools and automations whenever they need them. So back to what's happening in coding, and this is a great example of Jevon's paradox, where when something gets more efficient, in this case easier to use, we end up using way more of it. Before, only specialist experts could code who've spent years practicing and learning, and now it's open to everyone. So what can we do about this? Where does that leave you? Well, my advice is to learn the new tools. They really aren't that hard to learn. It's just a matter of practice. Build stuff, Build anything. Your own to-do list with a dancing unicorn, if that's what you want. Once you do that and test them out a little bit, try to think in workflows and outcomes. Like, how is the work that you're doing done? Like, do you open ChatGPT, do this, then do that? That's kind of an example of the workflow that I'm talking about. Like, oh, how do I make an app that I can talk to in my car and reply to my emails and connect to my work email? All of those are just like little steps, right? Ask ChatGPT to break that down and then build the app step by step. Like, you can just do this and just build this for yourself. You can also share this with other people and make some money out of it. Me, for example, I am building a tool for people to speak English more confidently, and I'm sharing everything I am doing in this community group. If you want to join the group and learn how to build your own online business with AI, well then, yeah, just sign up. So now it's your turn. What will you build?